16. Appeal to force. Argumentum Ad Baculum. Hello, and welcome back. Today, we're discussing a logical fallacy that relies on intimidation rather than reason. The appeal to force, also known as argumentum ad baculum, Latin for argument to the stick. This fallacy occurs when someone attempts to persuade others by using threats or the fear of consequences instead of logical reasoning. The appeal to force fallacy happens when a conclusion is accepted or rejected, not because of its validity, but due to the presence of a threat, whether explicit or implied. The argument's logic is overshadowed by an appeal to fear or coercion. Example: if you don't agree with my policy, you'll lose your job. Instead of providing reasons to support the policy, the argument relies on the fear of unemployment to force agreement. This tactic sidesteps rational discussion and pressures the audience into compliance. Comparison: appeal to force versus appeal to fear. While both fallacies use fear, they operate differently. Appeal to force explicitly threatens harm or punishment as a means of persuasion. Example: if you don't vote for me, you'll regret it. Appeal to fear invokes general fear without directly threatening the audience. Example: if this law passes, it will destroy our economy. The key distinction is that appeal to force is coercive, while appeal to fear is cautionary. Another example: students who don't accept this new policy will face suspension. Rather than explaining why the policy is beneficial or fair, the argument pressures students into acceptance by threatening punitive consequences. This approach undermines genuine dialogue and rational decision-making. Why it's misleading? The appeal to force fallacy bypasses reasoned debate and relies on power dynamics to compel agreement. It undermines free discussion, forcing compliance through fear rather than allowing for the evaluation of evidence and logic. How to avoid appeal to force. 1. Focus on logic. Evaluate arguments based on evidence and reasoning, not intimidation. 2. Recognize coercion. Identify when a threat is being used to pressure agreement and question its validity. 3. Encourage open dialogue. Ensure discussions prioritize rationality and mutual respect over coercive tactics. Conclusion: the appeal to force fallacy manipulates through fear and threats rather than engaging with rational arguments. By recognizing this tactic, we can resist coercion and foster a culture of respectful and logical debate.